Come on, TV, give me some of that sweet, sweet pep.
10 times The Simpsons predicted the future. When watching an episode of The Simpsons, most people don't take things too seriously. Many simply consider it to be a fun cartoon. However, perhaps we should have been paying more attention all these years, as it is clear the writers of the show know something we don't, as The Simpsons has correctly predicted the future countless times without the viewers even knowing. So today we are going to look at 10 times The Simpsons has accurately predicted the future. Welcome to Limitless. We bring you some of the most mind-blowing videos on various topics, from science to entertainment. If it is interesting, we've got it covered. So subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon to get entertained and informed with our daily amazing videos. Number 10. Daenerys Targaryen's big plot twist in Game of Thrones, Season 29, Episode 1. It isn't just real-life events that The Simpsons has managed to correctly predict, as the show has predicted things in other television shows as well, including one of the big twists that came in the final season of the hit HBO series Game of Thrones. Fans had spent years speculating what might happen during the climax of the show and what each character would do. Yet the answers were just waiting in an episode of The Simpsons.
The dragon is burning our village!
I love our life.
Who showcased a dragon burning down an entire city. Of course, in the final season of Game of Thrones, that is exactly what happened, as Daenerys burnt down an entire city, which the cartoon had predicted during a parody episode. Number 9. Siegfried and Roy Tiger Attack, Season 5, Episode 10. In 1993, during an episode of The Simpsons, Mr. Burns opens up his own casino, which featured a magic show that had Roy Horn parody within it. Yet, as with most episodes of the popular cartoon, something ended up going wrong as one man was attacked by their tiger. While nobody wanted to see that actually happen in real life due to the severity of the situation. In 2003, it became a reality when Roy was actually attacked by his tiger Manticore in real life, causing a huge shock as he suffered injuries that stopped him walking or talking for several years. However, to his credit, even though he was attacked, Roy made sure that nothing happened to the tiger, who only died of a natural illness. Number 8. Three-Eyed Fish, Season 2, Episode 4. In this episode from 1990, Bart catches a three-eyed fish named Blinky in the river by the power plant, which makes local headlines. More than a decade later, a three-eyed fish was discovered in a reservoir in Argentina. Strangely enough, the reservoir itself was fed by water from a nuclear power plant. Number 7. The Invention of the Tomacco Plant, Season 11, Episode 5. In 1999, Homer uses nuclear energy to create a hybrid of a tomato and tobacco plants, the tomacco. This inspired U.S. Simpsons fan Robert Barr to create his own plant. In 2003, Barr grafted together a tobacco root and a tomato stem to make tomacco. Writers for The Simpsons were so impressed that they invited Barr and his family to their offices and ate the tomacco fruit themselves. Number 6. Faulty Voting Machines, Season 20, Episode 4.
Ooh, one of those electronic voting dealies.
One vote for McCain. Thank you.
No, I want to vote for Obama.
2 votes for McCain.
Come on, it's time for a change.
3 votes for McCain.
No, no, no!
6 votes for President McCain.
Hey, I only meant one of those votes for McCain. This machine is rigged.
In 2008, The Simpsons showed Homer trying to vote for Barack Obama in the U.S. general election, but a faulty machine changed his vote. 4 years later, a voting machine in Pennsylvania had to be removed after it kept changing people's votes for Barack Obama to ones for his Republican rival Mitt Romney. Number 5. Donald Trump. Speaking of politics, Donald Trump. This is probably the most talked about prediction that The Simpsons got right.
I am officially running.
No! No! Don't take me out of the ginger forest!
Perhaps shows how unlikely him actually becoming the President of the United States actually was, to the point that the cartoon simply thought it was just a gag. However, whatever your politics might be, you have to admit that the show accurately predicting that Trump would end up becoming the president is quite scary, which has led to tons of speculation over the years since it became a reality. Number 4. Autocorrect and iPhone Design, Season 6, Episode 8. That's right. The Simpsons also predicted the design of the iPhone itself.
Oh, take a memo on your Newton. Beat up Martin. Bah!
With the show making a joke about text, turning the message "beat up Martin" into "eat up Martha," which is an issue that everyone has suffered from with their phones at some point. Not only did this predict how things changed for Apple, but the company actually referenced it when designing the keyboard for the iPhone, which is the main reason that this change actually happened, proving how impactful the show can be. Of course, autocorrect still remains a problem while texting and is something that is unlikely to be fully resolved in the future, but The Simpsons did nail this one. Number 3. Disney buys 20th Century Fox, Season 10, Episode 5. The fact that The Simpsons was able to accurately predict this one is actually quite scary, considering that it was effectively trying to guess its own future by claiming that Fox would one day end up being bought out by the Walt Disney Company. This monumental deal took place in 2017 when Disney purchased 21st Century Fox for an incredible $52 billion. Ensuring that the company that has produced so many blockbuster animation movies now owns the biggest cartoon television show of all time. However, The Simpsons actually predicted this all the way back in 1998, with an episode where Homer wrote to 20th Century Fox as a joke, with the sign shown above being shown in an establishing shot of the Fox building. Number 2. Robot Librarians. In Lisa's Wedding, we discover that librarians have been replaced with robots in the Simpsons universe.
First they hate each other, now all of a sudden they love each other. Oh, it doesn't make any sense to me.
Of course not, you're a robot.
More than 20 years later, robotic students from the University of Aberystwyth built a prototype for a walking library robot, while scientists in Singapore have begun testing their own robot librarians. Number 1. Prediction of 9/11. In the City of New York vs. Homer Simpson episode, a moment alludes to the 9/11 attacks on the World Trade Center in New York City.
Oh, Homer, of course you'll have a bad impression of New York if you only focus on the pimps and the chuds.
Oh, I'd love to see New York. We could all go with the bus company's special Super Sitter fare.
$9? This one's on me.
There was a frame where there's a brochure that says New York at $9 a day, and behind the 9 are the Twin Towers. It looks like 9/11. That one is completely bizarre and a strange thing. In 2010, Bill Oakley, an executive producer of the show at the time, told the New York Observer, $9 was picked as a comically cheap fare, he says, and I will grant that it's eerie, given that it's on the only episode of any series ever that had an entire act of World Trade Center jokes. Thanks for watching the video. Please do us 2 favors because we are putting a ton of effort into making these videos for you. All we ask is to tap the like button because it really helps our channel and reach more people. So tap the like button, and if you like this video, make sure you subscribe to our channel and turn on the notification bell so you will be the first person to know whenever we upload a new video. Do you have any mind-boggling questions that you would like answered? If yes, tell us in the comments section below and we will try to answer the most liked questions in our next videos.